Hello everyone, welcome to Chirag's PostgreSQL DB tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn how to configure PostgreSQL 18 bidirectional replication setup on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. There will be the master slab replication to master configuration will be there. So step by step, I will show you the full process. Go through that. So to set up a bidirectional replication between two master slab, there is a primary replica setup in Postgres 18. We'll use the logical replication with the new features introduced in PostgreSQL 16 and enhanced in 18, such as the origin parameter to prevent the infinite loops and improve failover slot synchronization. This is the example. Assume you want to bidirectional replication between the two primaries, that is a primary 1 and primary 2, while their respective replica is the replica 1 and replica 2 serve as the standby server for high availability. So below is the step-by-step guide with the example tailored to your architecture. So architecture overview. There is a setup one is there. There is I'm using the four servers. So server 1, there is a 192.168.136.128. So 128 the primary one, and the replica respective replica is the replica 1 is the running with the 129. Similarly, primary 2 is running with the 130 and respective replica is running with the 131. So bidirectional replication primary 1 to primary 2, there will I will use the logical replication, and master slabs replication primary 1 replica 1 primary 2 replica 2, there will be the physical streaming replication. So we'll configure the physical streaming replication on each primary replica pair. There's a primary 1 replica 1, primary 2 replica 2. So logical bidirectional replication between the primary 1 to primary 2. So I will go through the step-by-step process. Let me access my server. So all the servers are running with the VMware workstation. You can able to see there is a 4 servers are there. All are running with the Ubuntu 24.0 for LTS. So now I'm going to access this server. So you can access through any SSH tool. Let me copy the one of IP. So SSH DPT. So 128 sudo su. So similarly, I'll connect with all. So 129 SSH DPT 129. So let me copy this. So admin at the rate 123. While installing, I have given the password and IP address. So you have to do this 130. And 131. So let me clear this, clear the screen. So all are accessible now. Now I'm going to change the name. So this one is primary 1, this is 128. Replica 1, 129. And this one will be the primary 2. Primary 2. 130. And replica 2, 131. So these four are accessible now. This is black. I'm changing this one color is red, blue, and last one is yellow. So all the servers are accessible now. So first step, what I'll do, I'll update and upgrade the system packages. So on all the servers, I'm doing the same. So sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade the system packages. So after that, just add the PostgreSQL repository from pgdg, Postgres Global Development Group. So I'm going to access at the apt repositories. So all the servers. So enter. It will ask you to enter to continue and Control C for avoid. So all the apt library is done. Now I'm going to install the PostgreSQL 18. So I'll do like this. There is a PostgreSQL and Postgres contribution library. So first update the system. So all the packages are up to date. Let me check on all. Now I'm going to install the PostgreSQL 18. So sudo apt install -y, then I'll write the PostgreSQL 18 PostgreSQL contribution contrib 18. So same command I'll run on the all. Okay, let me check update. Okay, update is done. So Postgres 18 is installing there. Here you can able to say Postgres 18 git. Postgres 18 git. So installation is done. Now move to the next. We'll check the PSQL version. So 18 is there. Let me check on all. So all the servers are running with the PostgreSQL 18. Okay. Now step to configure the streaming replication. So perform the following step on the primary 128. So just remember that in which server I am just working. So I am working with the 128. So 128 is the first server. So create the replication user. First login into user Postgres user and PSQL shell. So 120 is this one. So logged in. Now I'll create a user. So replicator with the encryption password is admin@123. So done. Now I'm going to exit from there. So after that, I'll just go through the configuration file. So PostgreSQL configuration file and modify the some parameters. So sudo nano/etc postgres 18 main and postgres configuration file. Enter. Control W address extract and control W, wall sender, max wall sender I'm giving the 10, max replication slot 10, wall keep size 512 MB, wall level replica hot standby on. So these are the parameters I have to change. So control X, Y. So done. Now I am going to configure the PGHBA file. So there is a host based authentication file that I will allow to the standby server to connect. So same, I'll go only the last changes, PG underscore HBA. So enter, go to the end, add this one. So post tab, replication database tab, replicator tab, IP 192.168.136.129. So this will be connect with the replica 1. So this is the 129 server. So I'll put that /32 and here I'll use the password. Okay, MD5 is deprecated on the PostgreSQL 18, so I'm using the SHA 256. Control X Y. Now I'm going to restart the server because whatever the changes I have done, this should be reflect after the restart the server. So sudo systemctl restart PostgreSQL. So done. So we have done up to this. Done. Now configure the standby server replica. That is 129. Let me go to the 129. This is our replica server. First, I will just stop the PostgreSQL. Okay. So stop. Now copy and clear the existing data directory. Just do this one. Done. Now, warning, this will be remove all the existing data to the standby server. So before running this command, just check in which server you are running. So done. Now you can check. We don't have any data. Okay. So take a base backup. So go to the Postgres user. Now run the base backup. So done. Base backup is completed. Now let me check the file list. So all the files are created here and you can able to check. Here is the one standby file is there. So standby.signal file is there. So notice that standby.signal file is created. Standby.signal file is indicates that the server is in a standby mode. So now I am going to exit from this. So we have done. So alternatively, you can create the standby.signal file if not available. So you can touch and you can create the file. So like this. Now I am going to set the permission. This is necessary. because we have created new files from server 1 to server 2. So primary 1 to replica 1. So copy this and same path we are running. So ownership, let me exit. Now I am running this. So done and ch mode 700. Now start the PostgreSQL. So PostgreSQL is started. Let me check with the status. So go there. So PostgreSQL is active and running. So Q. Now I'm going to check the replication status. So verify the replication status, streaming status. So here run this command on the primary on 128. I'm going to run this. So here all the details are there. So there is a client address is 192.168.136.129 means that this is connected with the replica this one. This is the streaming replication and asynchronous mode and other details are there. So Q. Now we are getting the these details. Now if you want to enable the synchronous then run the below command to master database server and reload the PostgreSQL service. So server IP may be different. So now I'm running this. So logged in. Now I'm checking the replication status. Then this is asynchronous. Now what I'll do, I'll just alter this. Q. So system alter. Now I'm going to exit from this and restart my system. Reload the PostgreSQL. So control Q, sudo and systemctl. Now check with the PG state replication. So here this is changed to synchronous. Previously this was running with the asynchronous. So I'm changing this sudo. So on the standby server, just check with the PG is recovery in recovery or not. If you are getting T means this is true. If you are getting F means false. So T means true. We are getting this. Now we will check the world receiver. So it's working. So you can able to check IP you will get. The 128 the main server. The slot name is slab slot 1. Other details will be there. Okay. So we have done up to this. So not repeat the above step for the replica primary to 130 to replica 2 for doing the same. So we are coming to the first part. Same thing we are going to repeat. So from here, so installation is done. We have done. Now I'm going to access on the 130 server. I'm going to create the replicator user. We have already done, we have discussed. So I'm going to someone quick format. So done this one. Now I'm going to access the configuration file. sudo nano /etc postgres 18 main and postgres config. Okay. Control W, this Control W address allowing to all the hosts to restrict. Control W max val Control W max val max val sender. I want max val sender. So 10 max replication slot 10. Keep size will be 512 MB. Val level replica hot standby on. So these changes should be there. So Control X Y. So this is saved. Now I'm going to adjust the authentication method, that is a PG HBF file. Okay. Control X. Okay. So go to the end. There will write host replication. Then we have created the user replicator 192.168.136.1. This will be the 131. So 131. Okay. So now we are going to password method is sh256. So Control X Y. So done. So after doing this one, you have to restart the server, because whatever the changes you have done, this should be reflect after the restarting the server. So I'm going to restart the PostgreSQL service. So done. We are not getting error 3 now. Now configure the standby server, that is the replica. So replica 2 we are going to configure that. So first I'll just stop the service. Then we'll just copy the main folder. Main folder is the main data folder. And I'll remove, before removing that existing data, just be sure about what you are doing, because this will remove all the data. And already we have copied this data to main world, so it's okay. So now I'm going to take a base backup from the primary. So copy this, and here I'll change 130 136. Wait, okay. So this is for the only indicator. So here I'm going to run this one. Okay, sorry. So copy this, and we are copying from 130. So run this. Okay. Control and let me check 131. This okay. Control X. 131 is unable to access the UFW inactive. UFW. Okay, inactive. Everything is okay, but I'm not able to access the 130. So let me check once again. Let me check the status. So this is active and running. Now let me test again. So 130, this is the UR. Everything is seems correct. So let me check with the server 3. So control end 136, one host replicator and okay slash 32. So control X, Y, save. Now I'm going to restart. Let me check again. So yeah, I'm able to access. So backup is completed. Now I'll check the signal file. So we have done this. So standby.signal file is there. It means that this server is in standby mode. So okay. So if you're not getting this one, then you have to create this. So set the permission. So run this to command. Not here. On root user, I'm going to run this. So done. Now start the PostgreSQL on the 131. Let me check the status. So active and running. Now on the primary server, let me verify the streaming replication. So yeah, 131 is running. This is asynchronous mode. We'll change this one. So already I have shown you. So now I'm going to log in and check the mode. So synchronous, change into synchronous and quit. Now restart. So reload, restart and check with this. So this is changed to synchronous mode. Okay. So on replica also you check in recovery is T or not, true is not. So recovery is in true and wall sender status from where we are getting the wall write ahead log. So 130 we are getting this. Other details are there. So up to this is completed. So repeat the above step we have done and we have done this one. So primary 2 replica 2 is connected, 130 is connected with the 131. Now move to the step 3. On the step 3, we will go through the setup bidirectional logical replication between the 128 to 130. Okay, enable logical replication. So go to the first primary 128. Go there 128. Open this. Now I'm going to change the control W wall level. So this will be now logical. Control X, Y. Now I'm going to restart the server. So restart is done. Now I'll create the role for the logical replication. So now I'm going to log in. Log in, and we are going to create the logical REP replication role. So enter /q. Allow the HBA file to access. So host, there will be a database. So I'll create the database. So there is a type, database, user, address, and method. So database the MyDB, and replicator will be the logical and REP. Just now we have created. So this will be the copying this. Okay. So IP will be changed. So IP here 130, and other things are same. So control X, Y, save. Now restart the server service PostgreSQL. So done. Now I'm going to create a publication. So let me log in, and I'll just create database MyDB /c MyDB. MyDB is connected. Now I'll create the sequence, create a table, test table. This is a simple command, create table, table name. Okay. Now give the permission. So grant. In case your publication pub primary one for all the tables, you can run this one. So create publication is done. Now I'm quit. So now move to the primary two, that is a 130, and enable the logical replication on the configuration file. So open, go to the 130. This is the 130. Control W. Wall level is changed to, sorry, logical. Control X, Y. Now restart the service, and allow the PG host based authentication. Go to the end, host. There will be the MyDB. Same name we will use, logical underscore REP, and this will be the 128, and password math, the method 256. So Control X, Y. Now I'm going to restart. So we have done this thing. Now restart it, and I'm going to create the logical wrap. So login. This is a create role. Same we have already done on the primary one. Create database. Let's see MyDB. Now create the table. Same process we have done on the primary one. You have to do it this one for the logical replication, and table structure should be same. Grant the permission. This one create the publication and create the subscription on the 128. So publication is done. Now I'm going to create the subscription. I'm allowing the 130 IP to my database. User is logical replication. Password is this one, and publication pub is primary 2 with the copy data and origin none. Run this one on the primary one. So 128. So login and run this one. Okay, let me connect with the database. MyDB. Now run this one. So created. Subscription is created. Similar we'll do with the 130. Create the subscription on this. So 130 MyDB is there. So run this one. So created successfully. Now verify the bidirectional replication. So go to the primary one. Run this. So this is connected with the sub to primary 2. Okay. And same run with the primary 2. So this is connected with the sub to subscription to primary 1. Okay. Both are connected. Now test the replication by inserting data on the primary one. So I'm going to insert the data on the primary one. So one row is inserted. Now check the data. So hello from primary one. Now it appears on the primary two. So let me check with the primary two first. So hello from primary one. Now I'll insert the data from the primary two. So I'm going to insert the data from primary two. Let me check. Hello from primary 1 was inserted from the 128, and hello from primary 2 is inserted through the 130. So now I'm going to check on the 128. So this is the bidirectional. So 120, whatever the data we are inserting the 128, that is replicated on the primary 2, and primary 2 also replicated on the primary 1. So vice versa. So now check with the streaming one. So here I'll check. So slash L. So MyDB is created. So let's see MyDB, select extract from test table. So see all the data is appearing here, and same thing I'll do with the 131. So let's see MyDB and select extract from test table. So all the data is here also, but we are not inserting on the replica 1 and replica 2, but data is inserting on the primary 1 and primary 2. Automatically primary 1 is connected from the replica 1 and primary 2 is connected with the replica 2. So, so this is the structure. So see carefully this one. So there is a primary 1 and primary 2 is there. The primary 1 and primary 2, between that we are using the logical bidirectional replication, and primary 1 to replica 1 and primary 2 to replica 2. There is a streaming replication on that. So all four are connected to each other. So this is done. So in this video, we have learned how to configure the PostgreSQL 18 bidirectional replication setup on Ubuntu 24.0 for LTS. This is the master slave and master replication configuration is there. So step by step process I have shown to you. So go through the step by step all the process, and so finally we have done. Now we have the bidirectional replication between the primary 1 to primary 2 while keeping the primary replica setup on the in place. So let me know if you any any changes will be there. For any doubts and query, please write on the YouTube video comment section. Follow the process shown in the video. Share this YouTube video with your friends, colleagues, and help them to get certified too, and subscribe to my channel for the more certification tutorial and learning content, and hope this will help. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, share and comment. Thank you.